Hi, Ken Volpe here from Guitar Jam Daily. We're here doing a demo of the JT35 made by John Tomaszewicz. And it's a cathode biased amp with two EL34 power tubes. And you can actually use 6L6s as well, which is very cool. And all you have to do is have a matched pair. And since it's cathode biased, you don't have to bias the amp. The amp has 35 watts, as in the name JT35. It's got a lot of different sounds in it, so I'm going to demonstrate some of them for you. First, I'm going to start off with some clean sounds, kind of like medium, kind of clean kind of setting. Okay, so playing some real simple stuff for you, and I was varying a few different things. I was varying what I was playing with my right hand, I was playing with my fingers, strumming with my middle finger, and then I was strumming with a pick to give you a different sound. Then I changed pickup. I went from humbucker to single coil. Actually, I started out with single coil, then I went to humbucker, and then I changed the volume a little bit, just so you could see some of the variations on the clean sound. All right, so let me try some kind of single note things for a clean sound now as well. Okay, so right there I had a humbucker setting. Now I'm going to go to both. I had the neck pickup actually, and now I'm going to go to both pickups in single coil, split with the volume all the way up on the guitar. I'm going to go back to like a little more, like kind of like a funk kind of rhythm thing. Here we go. So let's go over to the front panel. Let's talk about the controls that are on the amp. Okay, so first we've got your power switch and your standby, and then you have your presence control, which is your top end for your power section. I've got that around 1 or 2 o'clock. Then the bass control I've got around 9 o'clock, a little higher. The mid control I've got about 1. Treble I also have about 1. The power amp drive control I have about 12. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a second. Then the preamp drive right now I have like about around 11 o'clock. The master volume around 12 o'clock. The brilliance control, which adds some more top end, around 1 o'clock. And then the sustain control around 12 o'clock. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this section of the amp. The power amp drive control is really just enables you to dial in more harmonic complexity from the power amp, both in sound and in feel. Works really well, really versatile control. The preamp control allows you to dial in as much gain as you want. So obviously in a cleaner setting, I'm going to be down around this range. And as I want to play lead and more crunch things, we'll turn it up. Master volume is for the overall level, obviously. The brilliance control is, again, more about the top end. And then the sustain control, which, most of the time you hear sustain, you think about like lead control or whatever. This works both for clean and lead sounds. All right, so now I'm going to turn the amp up a little bit more. Actually, we're going to zoom in on the amp a little bit. Let me show you what I did. I turned before I had the preamp control about 12 o'clock, and now I'm going to put it about 3 o'clock. And I had the sustain control at 12 o'clock. I'm going to put that about 3 o'clock, okay? And I'm going to play with the bridge pickup and a full humbucker on my guitar. So it's going to be definitely a little bit different sound than we were just playing with. So here we go. you could hear that the amp has great sustain. It really does. It's very cool, and it's not overly compressed, which I really like. And it has a very natural feel to it. It's really responsive. It cleans up well. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the gear that I'm using with the JT35 for today's demo. I'm using a Baker guitar that I've had for about 7 or 8 years that Gene Baker made me. It's a great guitar. Spruce top, Seymour Duncan pickups, coil splitter. Just stays in tune well, really versatile, has a great neck. Really love this guitar, and I've been using it exclusively on a lot of sessions and stuff for many years now, and it sounds great. And I do use other guitars as well, but when I'm playing this style, this is like one of the main guitars that I use. For strings, love the Ernie Ball 10s, the titanium coated ones. They're great. Really, they last longer, they sound good, stay in tune. Really great strings too. We're big fans at Guitar Jam Daily of Ernie Ball strings. For a speaker cabinet, I'm using a 8-ball 4x12 cab with Marshall style cab, late 60s, with Celestion Heritage 30-watt speakers. And then we're using Solid Cable as well. Solid Cable's a great company. We, again, at Guitar Jam Daily, we're big fans of them, and we use them in all our reviews. So for the signal path, the mic is going, the SM57 is going right to a Groove Tubes Viper preamp. And, you know, for all those who are really into the details, I am actually using an Evidence Audio Evidence Audio XLR cable to go from the mic to the Groove Tubes Viper. And then I'm going to Apogee Rosetta converter, and I also have Apogee Big Ben master clock, you know, in my signal path, and I'm recording to Digital Performer, and love the Apogee stuff. It's really good. It's just really, it just sounds warm. It sounds natural to me, and it's exactly what I expect it to do every time. It's really flexible. And I'm using the Symphony card as well, so it's just hooked up right to the computer. Works really well. Really simple setup for me. That sounds great. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the amp up even a little more, kind of really crank up the gain and the sustain control and kind of dig in. So let's see how that works. Really fun, man. Again, there's that sustained thing, and the harmonic complexity of this is really cool. It's not buzzy, and it's not artificial sounding. And again, to use the word, it's not overly compressed. Really harmonically rich. So I just tried to, you know, give you some different flavors, some different ideas in terms of clean sounds and crunch sounds. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sample of what the amp sounds like in a track as well, playing along with a rhythm section. So that's pretty much the last thing we're going to do, and hope you enjoyed it. And again, it's the JT35 made by John Tomaszewicz, and it's he's going to be at the Amp Show in May 9th in Piscataway, New Jersey, along with many other great amps. So again, this is Ken Volpe from Guitar Jam Daily, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll close out here with letting you hear what this amp sounds like in a track. Thanks a lot, and have a good one.